Allah created arwah, He created souls. So what that meant is, there were many souls Allah created, and I was one and you were one. Now we don't know yet, as of yet, anything else except where we were. We are just souls. And there's Adam alayhi salam, and he's got a spine, and in that spine there are many seeds, and those seeds are going to be passed on from generation to generation to generation to generation, and somewhere down the lines Allah will choose for me a body, and He will choose for you a body. And we didn't actually know that. We were there in it's called Alamul Arwah. This is our first life. This is where I was, this is where you were. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ has told us that in this world, when you actually see someone and you kind of recognize them, but you don't know where you saw them, and you look at them and you think, I've seen you somewhere, you can't actually pinpoint where, and you haven't actually ever seen them on this earth. Our Prophet ﷺ has alluded that it could be that we saw them as a soul in Alam al-Arwah, in the world of souls, where we lived a whole life, me and you. We lived there for thousands and thousands and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. We don't know how long Allah Azza wa Jal kept us in there. We don't know. And when Allah Azza wa Jal made us as souls, one day, before He even sent anyone, before He sent Adam alayhi salam to the earth, and before He sent Hawa to the earth, we were as souls, and we were in a place, just souls. That's it. Just we knew each other. I didn't know you as my sister, if you were my real sister in this world. No. You were just a soul. There's no he or she or anything about a soul. It was just a soul, and we conversed with one another, whoever it was. And then one day Allah Azza wa Jal tests us, and He says, He brings all the souls together, and He asks me and you a question which is in the Quran. Allah says, وَإِذْ أَخَذَ رَبُّكَ مِن بَنِي آدَمَ مِن ظُهُورِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ وَأَشْهَدَهُمْ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah Azza wa Jalla asked me and you a question, and He said, أَلَسْتُ بِرَبِّكُمْ? He said, am I not your provider that gives you everything you ever have? Am I not the reason why you're alive? Am I not the reason why you are surviving at this moment and you have everything you need? And we were like, we did not know anything else. We just knew there's a bunch of souls around here. The only focus we ever had was Allah. That's all we ever knew. We just knew Allah, Allah, Allah. That was it. Our breathing was Allah. Our breathing was Allah. Our knowing was Allah. Our seeing was Allah. Our yearning was Allah. And it was only Allah, Allah. And there were souls around here, we see them, but we're actually in the dhikr of Allah constantly. All we know is that our purpose is Allah. Just like the angels had a purpose, and the purpose of actually being on this earth, and before this earth, as well as being on this earth, they only know how to obey Allah. We only knew how to obey Allah and only see Him as the prime focus for everything. And Allah Azza wa Jalla then addresses us and He says, am I not your provider? And we said, Bala shahidna. We all said in one go, all of us said, we said, Bala, of course, shahidna. We are witness to this. Then Allah turned around to us and said, An taqulu yawm al-qiyamah inna kunna an hadha ghafilin. I'm saying this to you today, lest one of you says to me on the day of judgment that I wasn't aware of this. Allah, I wasn't aware of all of this. أو تقولوا إنما أشرك آباؤنا من قبل وكنا ذرية من بعدهم. Or perhaps you will come to me on the day of judgment and you will say, it was my parents' fault. Allah, it was my parents' fault. They were misguided and therefore I was misguided. Allah said already, don't give me these excuses for the day of judgment. And what happened? We were like, we're here, we only know you as Lord. And then Allah brings Adam alayhi salam down to the earth and Hawa down to the earth, and now they're going to have children. So as they have the first set of children, Allah picks two souls up, whichever two souls He took, and you are going into the fetus of Hawa. You are going into the fetus of Hawa, and you are now going to become the soul that is encaged in this body till I release you. And your mission is that when you go to that body, you are to carry on seeing me as your provider. And you will find many things on the earth. It was almost like unreal for some of us over there. What? one by one we're leaving, and we didn't want to leave. This was a comfortable world. We only knew Allah Azza wa Jal, and we were so comfortable, and we loved this place. We only knew Allah, and we didn't want to leave. And then comes a time when we had to leave. The question is, did you want to leave? No. Did I want to leave? No. And then when it comes a time that my name is called out, and I'm going to become. Okay, I did not know these two souls before. And like, for example, my father's name is Awlad, rahimahullah, may Allah have mercy on him, say Ameen. And my mother's name was Ruqayya, may Allah have mercy on her, say Ameen. Both of them have gone to the next world. So I don't remember this, guys, okay? I don't remember this, yeah? But this is from the scriptures. I'm telling you that this happened. I came and you came to whichever your parents are, and Allah said, you're now, you know what? The fetus is already there. The baby has already matured to 4 months. 3 sets of 40 days have gone by. And this is a hadith in Bukhari, where Allah Azza wa Jalla has chose you to go into that fetus, and He said, you're going to become the one that will be encaged in this body until I release you. And this woman is going to be the mother, and this person is going to be your father. This is a connection Allah built. And anyone else who shared that womb before you or after you becomes your brother or your sister, and that's it. But before that, prior to that, we did not have any mother, any father. We did not have any brother, any sister. And imagine when I was in the womb and when you were in the womb. Imagine we're there now in a new world. We did not want to go. The angel comes, according to Hadith of Bukhari, and the angel blows the soul inside the whole body, like you would inflate a tire. The way you would inflate a tire with air, this whole fetus had a soul breathed into it. The heartbeat of a fetus has nothing to do with a person being alive or dead. The thing to do with being alive or dead is whether your soul has left your body or not. There are many cases in the world, sometimes people die seeing the dead. Their pulse has completely stopped. There's been cases, wallahi there's been cases, that people have told me that at first hand they've seen this. That like a mother or somebody else who was buried inside the grave, they did the janazah, and then after that they heard something from underneath, and they took her back out. Why? Because she hadn't died. The pulse had stopped, the heartbeat had stopped. But sometimes there are conditions that the soul is still there, and people don't realize that. And sometimes you wake up again, and it only takes a real expert doctor to realize if that case has happened with someone. So anyway, my point is that when we're coming to that, inside there, Allah Azza wa Jal sends the angel, ثُمَّ يَنْفُخُ فِيهِ الرُّوحِ, He blows inside it, this soul that was me, and I'm trapped inside. And imagine now, I'm here now, what am I going to do? All I see is what? I see redness. It's my mother's womb. I see redness, you saw redness. And the fetus that's inside there only knows that it's just there, lying there. That's it. Movement is made, whatever, but it doesn't have to do anything. It's fed automatically through a tube that goes straight into its stomach and into his belly button. It's fed. Now, tell me this here. Let me ask you a question. If at that moment when the baby is growing at 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, imagine there's 2 twins. I just want you to imagine this. There's 2 twins. And there's a believing twin and there's an unbelieving twin for what's going to happen in the next world. And the believing twin says to its counterpart, he says, hey, listen bruv, me and you, we're going to be coming out here one day and we're going to go to another world. And the other one says, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He said, listen, when we come out, we're going to see big space. He said, space? I don't know no space. This is it. When we come out, there'll be light, there'll be color, there'll be texture, there'll be people, there'll be language, there'll be cars, there'll be, phones, there'll be people who are busy, there'll be communication, there'll be buildings. Listen, I don't know anything about this. Have you ever seen that yourself? No, I haven't. Have you ever seen anyone leave this place? No, I haven't. have you ever seen anyone come back from that world you're talking about to this place where me and you are, and to tell us that all of this is going to, that this happened and they saw it firsthand and they came back? No, I haven't. Well, you, my brother, you are starting to lose it. No, listen, my brother, listen.